This Jocks 94.5 podcast is brought to you by Millennium Satellite and Video. Log on to msbnow.com. TV excellence everywhere. That's Millennium. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning starts now.
All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. It's 9 o'clock, hour number 3 underway. We're going to recap a little bit of Big 12 Media Days here in just a moment, but don't forget you can listen online, jocksfm.com. The app is in your app store, iPhone, Android. You can download that for free. A lot of different ways to tune in. The app will also take you to YouTube where you can watch the show live every day, go back and watch the show every day. Search Jocks 945 there. Or if you're around the house, tell your home to just enable the Jocks skill. And before we move on to Big 12 Media Days, Greg, tell our listeners about Canty.
Well, Canty can fix it. They're the foundation specialists in our area that have done a great job in making sure that they save their customers the cost of a full replacement. Because if you've walked down the sidewalk, maybe notice a crack, maybe walk down your driveway, notice a crack, maybe some uneven or sinking slabs that are around your home, maybe in your garage or in your basement, well, Canty can fix it and save you the cost of a full replacement. Their poly-level solution restores appearance, value, and safety, and it does so without the mess. Here we have a lot of clay in the soil, which expands and contracts and can cause a lot of havoc on concrete. So get Canty out today. They're the foundation specialists that offer free inspections and estimates, and their work is backed by lifetime transferable warranties. So call them at 205-509-3991 or go online at Canty Can Fix It. That's Canty, C-A-N-T-E-Y, canfixit.com.
All right, Chris Karpman covers Arizona State, was at Big 12 Media Days. We're going to recap that with him as well. Chris, I want to start, though, with the Sun Devils. Folks can find your work at Chris Karpman via Twitter, sundevilsource.com, member of the 247 Sports Network. Give us sort of the 1,000-foot view of Kenny's team right now. Like, where is Arizona State for you heading into this football season? Maybe the possibilities of what you think they can be and some of your bigger concerns.
Yeah, it's interesting. They have this contrast between an established culture with a lot of people who understand that they have high standards and they live their mantra of have more fun working harder than anybody. But they also have a whole bunch of new players who've transferred in that are going to be expected to play really important roles, quarterback, top receivers. They have O-line, D-line, their secondary, one of their top linebackers. So it's going to be fascinating to see how high of a level that those guys are able to play and how much that they gel together at the outset of the season. It's a very difficult schedule. Not really a lot of favors there from the Big 12. I saw that some of the advanced analytics have this as the toughest schedule in the Big 12, which is debatable, obviously. But I think it's going to really tell us a lot about how strong that their culture really is.
I loved some of the additions they made at wide receiver. I think Cutter Boley's got a chance to be a good player in this offense. I really believe it. I also assume he's going to start. I know that's not a lock, but I'm going to make that assumption as of right now. But where are they after last year? Because last year was supposed to be a year, man. You have so much back. You have so much kind of momentum that was created from the previous season, and yet it fell flat. I know Levitt got hurt. I know that didn't help things. But what else, if you were to kind of pinpoint what went wrong last year, help me understand what it was?
It was a lot of injuries. They had moved their starting left guard, Ben Coleman, to center, 6-year player. He got hurt early on in the season. I think it was at Utah, like maybe game 5 or something like that. They lost their leader of their defense, Xavier Alford, didn't play in the Big 12 games. I just think that a lot of the luck that they had the prior year, things kind of went the other way for them last year. It's disappointing season to be 8-4 in the regular season with all of that talent and the leadership that they had and the experience level. I would also say, though, that when 8-4 is a disappointment, that's sort of an indicator of what you've accomplished over a 3-year period at building the thing out. Sam Levitt, I don't think that even when he was healthy, that he was as good as people expected last year. Part of that might have been just a misperception of what he was going to be capable from an offensive play calling standpoint. Something just seemed kind of a little bit off with just what they thought that he would be and they would be able to accomplish offensively versus what they were working with. Maybe part of that was like the Cam Skadaboo void and the departure, but short yardage situations, goal line situations, they didn't have that ability to convert those. And those are so critical. They ended up getting too many field goals and not being able to sustain drives.
When you think about what this upcoming season could be for Arizona State, we were just going through the ESPN FPI projections for different teams. When you think about ceiling in a league that feels as deep as any in college football of teams that could be good, could be bowl teams, could be maybe teams that are going to push for the playoffs, where do you look at the projection for Arizona State right now? What's your ceiling for this team?
Yeah, I think the 6.5 over under and a lot of the betting markets or the low sixes that are projected by the FPI are kind of writing ASU off a little bit too much, I would say. I haven't seen better wide receivers on any team that I've covered over the last couple of decades. Reed Harris and Omarion Miller are high impact players, and Raiden Vinesbright's very good as well. I do think that Cutter Boley is going to be the starter. I'd say there's about an 80% chance of that right now, based upon the trajectory of what happened through spring ball. Turnovers are obviously the most important stat in football. He had double-digit turnovers in his first year as a starter at Kentucky, and he's going to have to do a very good job of cutting that down in a very difficult schedule. But I think that this is going to be a team that stops the run very well. I like what they did with their defensive line additions in the transfer portal and their linebacker situation with Owen Long coming in after leading the country in tackles last year at Colorado State. And I think they're going to be able to do a good job on the offensive line, establishing the run. And I like their backfield. I think they did a very good job at center with Tana Alatupuola coming in after leading a really good rushing attack at Georgia Tech last year with Haynes King. So I think I look at this team, what I saw in the spring, and it's easily a bowl caliber team, a team that probably should be able to compete for the Big 12 championship in a lot of years. It's just hard when you don't know the roster composition and how other teams have gelled elsewhere. I think that the overall caliber of college football seems to be improving, especially with the depth and the ability to plug your holes via the transfer portal. But in a typical year, I would expect this ASU team to win 7 or 8 games, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won more than that. Again, when you have to go to Texas Tech and BYU and Texas A&M and play in London, that's a lot to ask. They have 9 weeks in a row without a bye to end the season.
As you look at the Big 12 as a whole, everyone seems to think it runs straight through Texas Tech. I think BYU could absolutely factor in there. But how many teams do you think right now can potentially win the league?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5, honestly. I do think I had a preseason all Big 12 votes. I looked really closely at a lot of these rosters. I did have Texas Tech and BYU with the most top-level players, and I think Texas Tech's going to be really good regardless of the quarterback situation being what it is. BYU, though, is great at the line of scrimmage, and LJ Martin is my pick for the preseason player of the year, which, not a surprise. But there's other teams out there who are easily capable of having a very good season. We saw 2 years ago ASU was picked last in the Big 12 and won it, and that's why they got rid of the preseason media poll. So that tells you that some of these other teams that had massive overhauls of their roster, they're capable of doing pretty great. Like even Oklahoma State was a bad team last year. They have 75 new players. Like, are you kidding me? Houston, I thought, was very impressive last year and has some very good players returning and a lot of continuity, and could be a surprise team this year. There's I would not be at all surprised if one of these teams that's predicted to be middle of the pack team ends up playing in the hunt for a berth in the Big 12 championship game by the time we get to November.
Chris Karpman covers Arizona State, was at Big 12 Media Days as well, though. At Chris Karpman, you can follow him on Twitter. Let's go back to just Big 12 Media Days as a whole. Were you surprised at what went on with Texas Tech? And there are a couple of levels to this. Number one, essentially the commissioner deciding not to reference it at all. And then number two, sort of the defense that continues from the Texas Tech side of, and I'm paraphrasing, why is everyone mad at us? Why is this the surprise from that guard of, hey, what happened? Why are people upset? What do we do? What were some of the conversations around those things that took place at Big 12 Media Days?
Yeah, I think Brett Yormark has done a good job as the commissioner through a challenging last few years, but I don't agree with how he handled the outset of the question phase at Big 12 Media Day. Like, the very first question was about the most obvious thing that everyone there is going to want to talk about, the Sorsby situation, and he said today is not the day for it. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, think about it. Like, all the media are there. This quarterback situation had a major impact on the team that is most likely to projected to be the conference winner, and you're not going to talk about it. He also transferred from another team in the league, so that didn't really make a lot of sense. I think that rubbed people in the room wrong. Like, he's trying seemingly to control the narrative and have that not be the top storyline coming off of the Big 12 Media Day, but that was inevitable. So I think that something that was prepared, that he wanted to stay and stick to about the circumstances of the league's decision and the conversations that they had around it, that would have been a better way to go. I also think, though, that some of the Texas Tech media's approach to the whole situation didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I thought there was some indignance that didn't make much sense. Like, we all understand, people who have been around sports for a long time, whether you're a player, coach, in the media, fan, whatever, if you're betting on your own team's games, regardless of what that is, that's an integrity issue, and you should expect to not be able to play anymore for that whatever that sport is at that level that you're at, whether that's pro, college, anything. You should expect that's what's going to happen. And I don't understand the indignance that just existed with some of the Texas Tech media around it.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you could defend it personally. I understand it makes sense why you would defend your school, but at the same time, like, this is a guy that never played for your school, and I just don't think you made a lot of friends in the process, and now they're enemy number one for everybody, it seems like. At least that's the way it looks like from a fan standpoint. So when you look at the rest of the league and how they've approached the Texas Tech situation, do you anticipate like a supercharged environment every time Texas Tech goes on the road as a result of what went down the last few months?
Maybe. There already, you had the Joey McGuire comments with Texas beefing back and forth, which was really interesting. There just seems to be a lot of swagger and bravado. You have Texas Tech's top booster basically like wondering or pushing other billionaire boosters at other schools to like empty their pocketbooks to do it. There's just oddities around what's going on with Texas Tech that I think their perspective is only what it is because they're either following, supporting Texas Tech, or they're part of the program, or they have some bias there. And there's no doubt that simmering underneath the surface is some annoyance, is the way I would put it, with their whole, attitude, the aloofness, the Cody Campbell situation, what happened with Sorsby and quarterback. It's not like Joey McGuire's disliked or that people are feel like there's like something wrong with them or the team, but there is some frustration, especially when everybody knows that Texas Tech has the best funded roster and should be at the top of the Big 12 this year.
Chris, we appreciate the time, man. Great stuff, great insight, not only to Arizona State, but the Big 12 in general as well. Thanks for hopping on with us today. We'll do it again soon.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, man. Take care. Chris Karpman. You can follow him on Twitter at Chris Karpman. 247 Sports covers Arizona State, joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. We'll follow up on a little bit of what Chris said there. We haven't put in our final touch on the Big 12 of who wins it. What do we think the league will look like at the end of the season coming out of Big 12 Media Days? That and more next on Jocks.
Don't leave Jocks back at the house. Download the Jocks 94.5 app and take us anywhere, in the car, at work, or at the game. Live audio, video, and podcasts on your schedule. The Jocks 94.5 app, wherever you may be.
All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. How will the Big 12 end up? And an interesting comment from a coach out of the Big 10. We'll get to that here in just a moment. 9:19, Monday, July 13th on Jocks. Listen online, jocksfm.com. If you would like to be a part of the show, 205-834-9450. Call or text into that number, 205-834-9450. Before we continue, tell you about our friends at Game Day Men's Health. If you are lacking energy, feeling on edge, lacking sleep, Game Day Men's Health can help you today. Just go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Sign up for the free consultation. With that, you get the free PSA test, free testosterone test. They give you your baseline health, let you know where you stand, and then the different ways in which they can help. They've helped multiple Jocks listeners. They can help you as well get back to feeling your best, whether it's peptides, weight loss. They want to help you be a better you today. Holistic approach to health and wellness. Minimal upfront costs from the programs they offer, and save 10% on any service they offer at Game Day Men's Health by mentioning Mac and Cube when you walk in the front door. Just go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com today and sign up for that free consultation. All right, when you think about order of finish, Greg, of the Big 12, is it as easy as just saying Texas Tech wins this league?
No. I think BYU is very much in the picture. Am I nuts for thinking that?
No. Not only in the picture, but I think that they should be now heavily considered as one of the favorites to win this league. I'm not going to just put them ahead of Texas Tech and say that's the end of it, but because of what Texas Tech has been, and let's just be honest, we'll be dealing with, they're not done being asked these questions. It's not going to go away. So the distraction portion of that, the looking over your shoulder portion of that, some of the trust in the facility, it's going to be damaged. It's just what it is. There's a lot that went on there for multiple weeks, and that doesn't just disappear. So I think that has the potential to affect this team. I think Texas Tech's still going to be really good. I think BYU is going to be really good. And I think they need to be discussed right there with Texas Tech. How many other teams could realistically push for it? That I'm not super confident in saying. Do I think there are a couple sleeper teams out there? You know how I feel about Houston. I think they're going to be a really good football team this year. I don't think they should be counted out. I don't think they're a team that can't win it. Do I think they're one of the favorites? No, probably not. And I'll say this too. Like I don't know how to label this team, but I want to talk about them. I don't know where to put Kansas State right now, because I think when you bring a quarterback back with that kind of skill, that has that kind of ability, that's played that much football, and now you have somebody leading the program that understands all aspects of it, that we know good and well, you don't just take former player in a certain place and all of a sudden they start winning. Like that's Scott Frost is our most recent example of that. I mean, hey, great player there, going to win. Doesn't work all the time. But I do think there are some advantages that it gives you. I'm very interested to see what they can do. But I might, like, where does Arizona fall in this?
Oh, goodness.
Quarterback, ton of experience, can play. Like, where does Oklahoma State fall in this? Like,
too much. Just a big step up. I mean, if I feel good about Oklahoma State, I do feel better about them. I think they're a bowl team. But do we have them as high as being a contender? I don't know, man.
I don't know if I can do that.
On that.
I don't know if I can do it. And then, Iowa State, can't put them there.
Nope.
Yeah, I do think TCU has a chance to be better than people think. I mean, UCF's adding Alonzo Barnett, who had a lot of success at JMU. Really good quarterback.
For sure.
Played a lot of college football. So it's weird to say this, but I kind of like what is considered the bottom of this league right now because some of them are going to jump. And some of them are going to get some wins they're not supposed to. So I wonder if it's just maybe we talk about the SEC in like the middle of the SEC. We talk about maybe the middle of the ACC. I'm almost more intrigued with the bottom of the Big 12, or at least what's considered to be the bottom right now, because they have a couple of pieces and a couple of reasons that they may be towards the top, at least in contention by the time we get to November.
Yeah. I think last year, for example, Arizona, one of those teams that jumped. Houston, one of those teams that jumped. Neither of which came into last season with a lot of high hopes. Like I liked Houston going into last year, didn't love them, didn't love Arizona by any stretch. I think if you look at some of the others, I mean, like I don't know about UCF, probably not there with UCF right now, if I'm being honest. But I think if you look at it, like some of the teams that jumped from last year based on what we had, like I don't think Iowa State's going to be very good, right? Like I think that's the one team I can say for certain is going to fall off. I would assume pretty significantly. Are we on the same page there?
Yep.
Hate to say it, but it's just that's where I'm at.
It's a tough spot.
Very tough, extremely difficult. But if you look at like some of the down teams, the teams that are maybe at or near the bottom, like didn't love Arizona, didn't love Houston, didn't love West Virginia. I don't think either of those three are going to be very good. Last year, they jumped. But you know who we did like last year was Kansas State, and they didn't have a great year, right? I liked Baylor last year with their quarterback coming back.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as a contender to win the Big 12, but I thought they could be a bit of a spoiler. So, I mean, there's a bunch of teams that this is a league where it's very quarterback dependent. We know that Texas Tech's quarterback situation is no longer totally buttoned up. I think Hammond's got a chance to be a good player. But what's the ceiling like with him? Don't know for sure. Can Bear Bachmeier take a step? I don't know. But I am pretty confident in Kansas State's quarterback. I like Oklahoma State's quarterback. I like Arizona's quarterback. There's a lot of buzz about TCU's quarterback.
I like that Jaden Craig kid, man. I'm telling you, I like him.
A lot of people like him. A lot of people like him. But I think one of those teams you got to be careful with is West Virginia. I mean, Rich Rod can coach now.
Yep.
He can coach. And he's going to create some problems. For a lot of people, I think, and may not win all those games, but it's going to be a tougher out than it's been the last couple of years. So I think the league's wide open. I don't think there's a national championship contender in the league, but I think there's a bunch of playoff contenders.
Yeah.
And in order to win the playoff, you got to go.
You look at West Virginia, you got a big-time running back in Cam Cook. I'm interested to see Michael Hawkins as more of a runner from a design standpoint. And here's the reason that I asked that, or sort of say it that way. Remember when it was he and Jackson Arnold kind of back and forth, and then like towards the end of the year they started going, all right, we're just going to run our quarterback more. If they had the confidence in Hawkins to do that, why did they not start designing some of that stuff for him when he became the starter? I know he has some mobility. I know he can move. I'm not saying he can't. But you and I both know it's very different than being a willing runner at quarterback and having the ability to run at quarterback. Those are two very different things. Because we see a lot of dudes that can run, but they don't want to see a quarterback power called. They don't want QB inside zone called. Like, they don't want any part of that. But when it's scramble time, like, yeah, they can move and get out of the pocket and they can elude pressure. Like, it's all fun and games. But all of a sudden on 3rd and 2, we're asking you to go between the tackle and the tight end. That they don't want that. So I don't know what he is when it comes to the QB design stuff that he's going to be asked to run in that offense. If he can make that go, he's got skill. He's got ability. We know it.
For sure.
You got a running back with it now that's going to garner respect. So you got a lot of coaching staff that's been together there that's run the same kind of stuff. You're right. They're an intriguing team. I don't know what that means. 6 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, 4. I don't know what it means. But I just I'll go back to what I said in the beginning, in that the sort of mid-bottom of this league, it's got me intrigued right now. Like, we haven't even mentioned Kansas. We haven't mentioned Colorado, with everybody taking this Juju Lewis quote that was, I think, partially out of context. you had the go-go offense there with an A.J. Smith coming in as helping out your offense from a quarterback perspective. Like, you're going to put some air raid tendencies into an offense that's tough to defend and make life easier on him with some of those reads and how he's going to be able to do things and operate. Like, are they a scary team? It's just going to be fun is what I'm saying. Like, I'm maybe more intrigued with the Big 12 than any other league in college football because there are bigger gaps between possibilities, ceilings, and floors than any other conference in college football, in my opinion.
I don't think you're wrong. I do think, however, there has been a slight pull away at the top. Whereas I would have told you 3 years ago, the gap between 1 and 16 was like a coin flip. Now I don't think that's the case as much anymore with where Texas Tech's gone the last 2 years.
It's fair. And I agree with you.
It used to be the most parodied league in the entire world. I mean, no one's ever had more parody than the Big 12 had 3 years ago. I mean, you could go from first to worst and worst to first. Like it was weird how strange it was. Every game was like a complete coin flip.
I agree, and I think maybe the way I would state it is it's just not as top heavy as far as what a lot of teams are capable of being. But now you have more teams that are capable of being problematic. Because, like, you brought it up, like Iowa State, okay, you throw them out. Like, who else are you just saying is not going to be dangerous or be able to pull a couple upsets this year? Because West Virginia is going to give you headaches. Maybe UCF, but you put a talented quarterback in there. So if he can run that offense, they might be dangerous. There are a lot of teams that if you don't show up, they're going to be able to give you a problem. Give you some big problems in that conference, in that league throughout the course of that schedule. So fun conversation. I want to move to the Big Ten. A certain coach had some interesting comments about a player on his team. We'll tell you who the team is, who the player is. You'll hear from the coach next right here on Jocks.
Keys? Check. Seatbelt? Check. Jocks 94.5 on your preset? Locked in. Your ride's not ready till Jocks is on. Jocks 94.5, your daily drive done right. Turn it on, lock it in.
All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. We mentioned Big 12. As of today, I think we would all put Texas Tech, BYU as our contenders to win that league. That might change just a little bit. I would have Houston on the outside looking in and sort of knocking on the door, being a contender in that league, and a couple others that could make some jumps, which is going to make that league extremely fun. Before we continue talking more college football and shifting from the Big 12 to the Big 10 at 9:34 Monday, July 13th, right here on Jocks. Listen online, jocksfm.com. Greg, tell our listeners about Polar Bear Services.
Well, Wes and the guys have been coming to my house for a long time, and I've always been so grateful to the experience I get when I visit with them. I always know that when I call them, they can take care of business, and they can do so in a bunch of different ways. They can help me with electrical. They can help me with plumbing. They've helped me with my HVAC system. You name it, they've done it at our house, and I'm always appreciative of how much they can do when I call them. The HVAC system gives me a lot of fits, man. I keep it cold in the house. It's hot outside. I put that system to the test, and it's always running smoothly thanks to our friends at Polar Bear Services. So remember, if you have a problem with the electrical, plumbing, heat, or air, just pick up the phone and call the Bear. It's 205-497-BEAR. It's 497-BEAR.
We mentioned ESPN FPI earlier, where certain teams are, where those projections are. And we didn't mention a lot of other Big Ten teams outside of Ohio State, outside of Indiana. Those two teams projected to win more than 10 games. We mentioned that Michigan was at 7.8, one that was kind of knocking on the door of 8 wins, and maybe one that further in the computers than a lot of other people believe that they would be. But if I asked you just right now, Greg, where you view Washington in the Big Ten, like top to bottom, in its totality, like what do you look at Jed Fish's team as heading into this season?
I like them a lot. I do think there's a couple question marks. One, I like their receivers. I think the weapons are going to be good. I love their quarterback. I think they're going to be in good shape there. The biggest question I have for Washington is kind of overall continuity, and Damon Williams is a playmaker. There's no doubt about it at quarterback. But at times last year against the best defenses that forced him to be methodical, he had a hard time making that transition and adjustment. The Michigan game stands out. The Oregon game wasn't great. Like there's a couple games, like he's got to elevate his play against the best competition. If he can do that, then I think Washington becomes a very dangerous team.
7 wins is where they are projected, like on the dot, by the ESPN FPI. Courtesy the Triple Option podcast over the weekend. You mentioned Damon Williams, their quarterback. Remember, he was in the portal, out of the portal, financial situation mentioned, rumors, back and forth on all of that. That's what Jed Fish had to say about his quarterback entering and then exiting the portal.
Damon signed his contract to be a part of our program for another, year, and everything was great. And then we all came back for our first team meeting. And then when the team meeting ended, he called me and he said, "Coach, I think I need to go. I need to go in the portal." And I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" What happened was a program told him they'll pay him an extra $2 million if he goes in the portal. And the kid's 19 years old. We were paying him a lot, but you add another $2 million onto anything.
Wow.
He was like forced to put something out there. And then we spent about 24 to 36 hours going back and forth and talking about this is the right place for you. And, you have a contract and contracts mean something. And in the end, he came back 2 days later. We didn't change anything. We didn't give him any more money or anything like that. But what we did do is we talked to him about what a great opportunity it is to be a 3-year player in the same program. And we got a chance to do something super special.
So sounds like got offered a lot, decided to leave, and then some sense talked into him. Do you believe it was that easy with how this Damon Williams situation ended?
I don't ever believe it to be as easy as you want it to be. But then again, I mean, I'm pretty confident that I'm sure he was paid a little bit more by Washington. I don't know how much more, but I'm sure he was able to successfully renegotiate, and I'm sure there was fear of litigation. I mean, don't you think? There had to have been some fear of litigation, I would assume.
There had to be conversations of, hey, man. Like, I think it sounds cool to say, hey, this is what contracts mean, loyalty. You have to abide by what you signed, which also included some legal jargon of X amount of money is going to be paid back. Or
Correct.
This is what you're on the hook for. And do you have that to go ahead and turn back over if you decide to leave? Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I think the conversation, I think it included everything Jed said, but I obviously agree with you that there were a couple other things that were added to that as to the hows and whys.
That's an assumption.
Yeah, it's
a safe one.
I think it's a pretty safe
I would
one.
say as well.
Yeah. Like, let's have a
Oh, yeah. You know what? Out of the goodness of my heart, this is the best place for me to continue to develop. Don't worry about that $2 million. But remember, hey, you can go take that $2 million, but we're going to get every bit of that back. And we're going to drag it through the courts, and it's not going to be comfortable for you.
Right.
Like, I could see that being the way that went down. And by the way, if I were Washington, I had to protect my bottom line. I'd do the
100%.
same thing.
You have to.
Like, I'm pro player, but I'd probably do the same thing.
There's an adolescent conversation about contracts that was probably had. I think that's the one Jed's referencing. And then there was a grown-up conversation about what contracts mean. And that was more along the legal lines of, hey,
Yes.
Not sure if you understand this part too, but just FYI, get ready. Because you can go, but this is what is going to happen once you decide to take off. Which brought a lot of people to what teams it may have been or what team it was that were making the offers. I don't know who was in there, who was going after him. I'm sure a lot of teams that thought, hey, if we think we can go upgrade a quarterback and we got the money to do it, they're gonna put the feelers out and they're gonna try to go. And I always find it interesting, Greg, that the teams offer the money just for the guy to go in the portal. Like, that's how we always hear these stories. Like, hey, we'll give you $2 million. We'll give you $500,000 if you go in the portal. Like, nobody's getting money just to enter the portal, but all these coaches tell the story that way. It doesn't mean anything, but it's just interesting to hear it that way. Like, who was the last kid that got a check for $1 million just to go in the portal and then let the bidding war begin?
Yeah.
This sounds like some of these Japanese baseball players, like, you can give us $50 million and then you can start negotiating. Like, that's not how it works in the portal.
It'd be great if it was.
Yeah, it'd be great for these agents and these kids. Like, How much do you want for me to enter just so you can have the chance to start negotiating with me? Ready, go. No, it's not. That ain't the way it's going down. So, but it's an interesting thought nonetheless. And I want to say this, like, we always want to hear the schools thrown out, but I appreciate Jed at least speaking on it and trying to put a little context behind how the situation went down. Because if you recall, there were some of his teammates that had certain things to say about where they were, where he was, when the news broke, what he didn't do with the team. So there's a lot more to this than just that.
Probably. I would also go as far as to say, I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure the teammates probably did factor in. Like, you answer me this. It sounds easy, and if everything was black and white, it'd be real simple to go and play and do and work at a company that's going to pay you the most money. Like, there's a lot of, but there's also a lot of unknown with the going over to the grass being greener. Like, this is what he's known. This is what he has already had success in. He's a desirable player in the portal because of the offense that he played in last year and the teammates he played with. Like, I do think, I know it sounds crazy, and maybe I'm totally nuts here. I do think there is a little bit of loyalty from time to time too. Like, I don't think it's all the time, but I do think there's some loyalty that is involved in these decisions as well. Like, it'd be hard to leave a place that you love. I don't care how much money is on the table on the other side, because ultimately all these guys are anticipating being NFL players down the road, and Zamon Williams has that potential. So a couple $1 million, yeah, it'd be awesome to have. I'd love to have it. Don't get me wrong. For anyone listening to this show, maybe there's a few of you that are in that situation where it's like, yeah, $2 million's great, but is it going to change my life? I don't know. It would mine. I think it would you, Cole, Damian, Saber. $2 million, yeah, probably changing my life for sure. But at the end of the day, if you think you're going to get 50 down the road as a starting quarterback in the NFL, then do you really want to sacrifice all you've known to go and chase that possible rabbit on the other side of the road? I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'd like to think, and maybe I'm being idealistic, I would like to think there's a little bit more to these decisions than just finances. I don't know that for sure, but I'd like to think that that's where things end up.
Yep. It's interesting to think about kind of where this is, how this is happening, but there are a lot of details that we're never going to know about what the agent was saying, who the other school was, what's going on, what the head coach players conversations were before. But if you recall, there was an athlete from another sport whose funeral was taking place, and that's what the teammates were upset about with where Damon Williams was, apparently not there. Then this news breaking, while some of that was still taking place, it was a lot of back and forth. So either way, he's going to be on that football team. Jed Fish seems confident that they're all glad he's a part of that football team, and he'll give them a chance to win games. More on college football next right here on Jocks.
Jocks 94.5 is live on YouTube every weekday, plus video shorts and podcasts. Find us at Jocks 94.5 and smash the subscribe and like button so you never miss a moment. Jocks 94.5 on YouTube.
I got a whole different bad box score of the day. We usually wrap the show with that each and every day. The best of the worst. I don't know how to put this one in statistical numbers, but nonetheless, here at 9:47, Monday, July 13th. John, let's get to our bad box scores of the day.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Intentional grounding, offense number 7. It's a 10-yard penalty. I'm talking to America here, excuse me.
That's the game.
I'm hoping you guys saw this, and I didn't think to send it out before. I don't know how you couldn't have seen this over the weekend. The gentleman is 78 years old, and his name is Carl Isom McDaniel, and he was essentially mauled by a bison this weekend.
What?
In Yellowstone National Park, he was sent over 8 feet in the air by a bison that was just mad. But apparently his son said that the bison stood over him for a while after this took place. Did you guys see this video?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm sending it to
How did you not see that?
Yeah.
All right. send it to him, and then
I'm looking it up right now. I have to see this.
Oh, yeah.
it's everywhere.
Allegedly he was really hurt, but he's going to pull through.
Right.
Which is hopefully why we're talking about it, because if not, this will take a turn. But
Now, give him credit. He was, I believe he was abiding by the rules that you hear about when observing one of these animals. He was pretty far away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like one vehicle comes through, and that enrages the bison even more.
Yeah.
Then he kind of goes to the area, and it's like, all right, now we're in trouble.
Yep.
And then I did like the one car that came and tried to get between them, and the bison just took a left turn like, you're not stopping me. And the guy's running around the trees, running around the bushes, trying to hide. I got to thinking, like, I love these, what would you do in this situation? I'm almost thinking, like, you find one of the bigger trees back there, and you just try to put yourself between it. Now, do I think he could have run over the tree? Yes, 100%. But at least, like, if you try to, like, continue to work clockwise or counterclockwise against wherever he is, he at least has the tree to go through to get to you.
Right.
But you ain't getting away from him. No. That thing, when it gets up and decides to go after him, I looked up the average weights. It's between 800 and 1,200 pounds.
They're a lot.
I would have thought bigger.
Massive. And that dude was mad.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like, he's sitting there rolling in the dirt. Like, just you can tell he's just pissed.
What's crazy is when a bison gets like that, it's the exact opposite of a dog. Because you see a dog doing that, like just playing in the dirt, you see his tail wag. It's like, oh, he's having fun. Bison does that. Nuh-uh. Red-ass bison right there.
It was loading up.
Apparently, when the tail
surprised.
wags, you need to be warned. Yes. And when the tail goes up, it's over.
It's
coming after you. You're done.
He's in a fight.
And it's exactly what happens.
I'm a little surprised still that they're only 800 to 1,200 pounds. I would have thought way more.
They've gotten leaner over the years.
Is that not surprising to anybody? I know it's summertime. Maybe they're bigger in the winter. I don't know. But
a little more cardio, I think.
Yeah.
I think a new bison coach came in and made him run.
Like you were thinking, like 1,400 pounds. Like
I would have thought like 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought. I mean, I don't know. They look enormous.
What was Ryan Tannehill's number with the Dolphins?
14.
Is that the jersey that the kid's wearing back there?
Allegedly, maybe.
17.
Oh, wait, no, sorry. He was 7. Sorry, Fitzpatrick was 14.
Oh, so that's a Fitzpatrick jersey?
Maybe, allegedly.
It's like the first thing I noticed. Somebody's got a 14 Dolphins jersey on the background.
And to his credit, he evaded him. I don't know if the real Fitzpatrick would have.
At the cost of one of his teammates.
Yeah, right.
It's the quarterback, though. Sorry.
Yes,
it's like he got the ball out, but his receiver going over the middle got destroyed.
It's that main character syndrome. I got out the way.
Can you imagine how that thing sounded when it was coming full speed at you?
Dude.
It's a good thing he had suspenders on, or else his jeans are gone.
That's what you're worried about?
That cushioned the blow.
Oh, no, it didn't help.
That's probably why the bison took him out.
Those jeans are gone.
Urkel-looking dude. I'm going to take him out.
If you go to the very beginning, though, the best part is, like, they're just walking, and it's like they almost stumble upon,
in the wild. Oh, what a beautiful picture.
Bison laying down. Let's get our phones out. No,
that is so scary.
The truck probably revved. I bet the truck revved or did something. Probably trying to warn him.
This took me back. Do you remember the reporter?
Yep.
Like years ago, they were standing there, and he kept looking to the left and to the left, and saw one, and then finally he was like, "No, we're not doing this."
That's exactly why he left. Car. He code switched. Was like, "Nah, I'm out of here."
We all made fun of that guy, and now it's like
he
made the exact right decision of. That thing still might be 800 yards away, but I'm out.
But he sees me.
I want no part of it.
The closing speed of a bison.
How fast do they run?
It's a great question. I didn't look that up, but it's
the change of direction was there too.
Like, I mean the agility.
Well, 800 pounds.
Yeah, that's a twitch.
They're nimble.
35 to 40 miles an hour.
That's scooting.
Oh, that's faster than these electric scooters in my neighborhood. And those things move.
That's insane.
Just think about that. A bison could get one of your kids on his or her electric scooter.
And it can't get away.
Scooter has less agility than the bison does.
Give the kids, you want to give the kids Harleys so they can escape bison? Like, what is the goal there? Like,
just saying they still go too fast.
We need more horsepower?
Trying to give the bison credit for being able to go that fast. A bison can run up to 35, 40 miles an hour despite weighing up to 2,000 pounds. They can outrun humans, even most horses, because they're highly agile. They can pivot quickly, jump vertically up to 6 feet.
Wow.
That's even scarier.
Come on.
You know what I'm hearing, given the makeup of it? It's sneaky athletic.
No,
never would have thought that.
Yeah,
Experts recommend maintaining a distance of at least 25 yards. No, I'm going to say a little more than that.
I'd say about 50, 100.
Answer me this. Does this give you more respect for those that run with Ralphie at Colorado?
Mm.
Come on.
I need to know the medications that Ralphie's on before they run.
Probably like Adderall and smelling salts.
Absolutely not. 100% no. That thing's dumbed down big time.
What was the distance it said to maintain?
25 yards.
25 yards. Okay. It would take a Buffalo under 2 seconds to close that.
Nope.
Okay.
It's like Damien said, the agility is what was the most impressive. Yeah. Like, he comes back from around those trees, and you're like, hold on a second. Like, that dude hit a left turn in a hurry.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't like a running start. Like, it was laying down, got up, and pursued.
It's like, what athlete is the Bison? Like, it can dunk, it can shake you in the open field, and it can truck you.
Might be DK Metcalf. I mean, the fact that he was way out the play and then came in and made the play and that interception.
Like Sean Taylor.
The more I watch this, the more there's absolutely no chance this thing's 800 pounds. I've watched it now 4 times.
Hey, I'm not judging it.
More or less.
Over.
No, it's huge. The thing's massive. I would agree with that.
That's the biggest bison ever. That's a world record bison.
You can avoid bison in a new home from Gusty Goulas and the Gusty Goulas Group. Call 205-542-1996 today. Brokered by eXp Realty. Go to GustyGoulasGroup.com or Google Gusty Goulas Group. You'll see over 850 5-star Google reviews. Gusty Goulas Group, recognized as both nationally and locally Greater Birmingham, Alabama's #1 team in homes sold since 2012. Served more than 3,000 home buyers and sellers in the Greater Birmingham area, so you know they have the best idea of what's coming available to the market, what's on the market, and what they can get for your home. That's why if you go to GustyGoulasGroup.com, look at the top right-hand corner of the page, smash that button. Very little information. They'll tell you what they think you can get for your home today. 205-542-1996 or go to GustyGoulasGroup.com.
See, I just thought about something. If North Dakota State gets like a win, they could tear that video to shreds. Like, whoever their opponent is could be the man that gets knocked out.
They got to do it.
They're already doing it now on the internet. Of course.
It's perfect.
That would actually be great.
Man, they open up with Jacksonville State, too.
About to say,
better handle
animals
business.
Scare me. I'm so scared of animals. I feel like I'd get worked at Yosemite. I got no time.
Mike McLeod apparently filmed the incident with his grandson and said the animal suddenly got charged up. I feel like it was charged up more than suddenly. Like, he was raring to go when he was kicking up dust, rolling around.
He just pulled a Seinfeld finale, just stood there and watched and videoed it?
Right.
Thankfully, because now we have the ability to react to it.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Yellowstone, man, be careful. Bison, watch out. We're back tomorrow. 3-Man Front is next.
This is McElroy and Cubelic in the morning.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Part of what makes this show is the show within the show. The biggest topic on the show always seems to be the show itself. This is a way to give you clones a way to interact with one another. Yes, we will be going through the chat. Yes, it'll be a part of the program. The only thing that could ruin the show are the old school clones spitting up the same bull crap that they always have. The jungle is out taking names and ready to dominate. Let's get it.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Scrolling with Haley.
I am Haley Karania. I scroll with the homies here in the live chat because there's a lot to scroll through on X, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Cutting through the clutter, one hot take at a time.
Love seeing you all in the chat before the show. I tried to jump in just a few minutes before to say hello. I love the chat interaction. Thank you for helping. But I do it to get all of the videos and all of the content that you won't find anywhere else.
Scrolling with Haley.
Just search that up and I will be there.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Scrolling with Haley. Join Haley Karania as she scrolls through the biggest headlines.
If you haven't watched this show before, we do blind reactions. I have not seen these videos, so I am seeing them for the first time with all of you. We're going to implement the tinfoil hat time segments and all the stuff you know and love. And I'm going to finish the show and answer some of your questions. Someone asked me what made you get into podcasting, and I was producing podcasts for other people. And I was like, I could do this for myself, and here I am.
Scrolling with Haley. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.